Hello, family. I want to share this moment with you. It was a moment that I had with a brethren of mine, and we were going back and forth on the internet, and we were talking about the Bible, and the story of Job came up, and he had a lot to say, and I'm gonna quote him. He said,
The book of Job really did a number on my belief when I was still considering myself a Christian. Nothing I ever read that claimed to explain why God would destroy a pious man's life over a bet. Do not come with, he was rewarded with hundreds-fold BS. Allowing someone to suffer through physical and emotional trauma doesn't get erased because you have more children and gain greater wealth. I'm still waiting for the justification that will make that sick BS make sense.
now, this is a sentiment that I've heard numerous times from numerous people, and even myself at some point when I was just starting to really study, I had that same sentiment. I questioned, why would God do something like that? But as time went by, and just knowing that the Bible, most of the stories in the Bible are allegories, I came up with the perfect conclusion. And I told it to him. I told my brethren this. I said, when it comes to the allegory of the story of Job, you are supposed to ignore the bet between God and the devil and just focus on how Job dealt with going from having a good life to a life of suffering. That's just reality. We see that all the time. Healthy, good people catch cancer or get into car accidents with life altering physical changes. Or one can lose their home in a fire or Hurricane Katrina. Or one can lose a child or a loved one in a swift incident. I see the story of Job more focused on Job's attitude towards an extreme change towards the worst. If things go from good to terrible, you're not supposed to give up on thinking positive, no matter how painful things get. Why? Because extreme change can make a person think negative, and then one can wallow in that negativity and just mentally lose control altogether. In such a situation, you have to mentally fight to stay sane. When you fight through the pain, it helps not to wallow in negative thoughts and a negative attitude, no matter how hard that may be. And we see stories like that all the time. John Walsh, who hosts America's Most Wanted, lost his son to a violent kidnapper, and he flipped the pain to helping catch criminals like the ones who killed his son. Mentally flipping the pain so that it doesn't overtake you. That's the morale I get from the allegory of the story of Job. And the reason I say you're supposed to ignore the bet between God and the devil is because in life and reality, we can never see the behind the scene metaphysical details that creates events that comes into our lives. That's just facts. This was displayed when Job's friends were wrong about why he was suffering. Humans can guess and theorize all day about why things happen in life, but we'll never know the true metaphysical, humanly unknown reason. That's why the story of Job is more about focusing on how Job handled the situation that went from good to extremely bad. Just in case a misfortune similar comes in your life, you have to keep a positive outlook to keep your sanity. And that's the allegory of the story of Job.